Do you know how delusional it is to cheat in a game where you make the rules? I want you to actually think about that, and I want you to think about how delusional you have been throughout your journey. One could argue that it hasn't been delusion because so much experience and knowledge has grown sporadically throughout your experience of being delusional. Maybe being delusional brought you clarity. It brought me clarity. But if we break it down to the simplest concepts, it is delusional to cheat in a game where you make the rules. This is why I have failed at trading for so long. This is why I've had small glimpses of success. Small glimpses of me seeing what is actually possible. And I'm sure you have too. If you've ever been funded and you haven't got a payout, you think that your life is about to change. You think that all of them nights where you was crying in your bed, daydreaming at work, all of that time is about to pay off because your life is about to change right now. Because you have one funded account. Fuck it, you might have 3. But that's not the end all be all. You were delusional because you cheated again in a game where you make the rules. And unfortunately for us, well, actually it is fortunate for us that this is one of the most ruthless games that you can play. And the reason why we are fortunate is because this will never be a marketplace that is flooded and oversaturated. It will be oversaturated with gurus, but the real traders will never, ever be saturated. You can tell when you watch somebody's videos who is genuine and who's not. So the reason why I bring up this delusion is because I failed up until this point. I have not manifested, neither have you, most likely. You have not manifested the results that you want. But you have to understand that the results don't happen until a change manifests up here. The hard part is finding the catalyst, because I don't think you can actually find a catalyst. I think that it has to be shown to you. You have to recognize it. You have to go through something, just like everything else in life. Pain causes change, chemically and on every other dimension. And so in August, I lost every single trade besides 2. The 1 month that I decided I'm not going to trade prop firms, I'm going to actually invest my money into myself and make my money grow. My time and energy grow. Of course, right? I blow every account. But something happened in that month. If you don't know what happened, I'll leave the link to the video where I talked about what happened in the description. But fast forward a couple months, I've spent about a month off, maybe a month on and off. I've been a little bit active in my Discord, haven't been active on Instagram. My screen time on my phone has been like an hour a day. I've been locked in, studying something new. Because let me ask y'all something. If y'all build a fortress, are you not going to build walls to protect everything that you've built? Walls to protect the people that are inside? If you build a fortress, are you not going to plate it with armor? Protect it? This is all that I have been doing. A few people told me that they feel like I'm selling out, I'm copping out, I'm giving up on trading. Maybe it's gotten too hard. I hope that y'all can see through me as an individual. Because all I'm doing is taking my fortress and expanding it. And it may be this high right now, but it will continue to expand and rise at the same time. And at that moment, everybody's going to think it happened overnight. At that moment is when I will really break down all of these videos that I've been dropping and giving y'all hints about what I'm going to do and what's about to happen. This channel will blow up soon. The reason why you have to build your fortress and build protection around it, right? Expand your horizons, so to speak, is because value. One word, value. How much money you make is directly correlated with how much value you provide to people. If I was a profitable trader and I had an exact system right now, and I said, yo, take this system will work for you, guaranteed. And it worked for 100 other people, 1,000 other people are going to see that and they're going to want to pay me because I have something that can alleviate their pain. So value is created when you can alleviate pain. This fortress of mine will alleviate so much pain but it won't just be mine. In the upcoming videos, these intros will not be this long. This is just an intro to the series. You feel me? And so today was the day I started taking trading serious again. I bought 2 prop firm accounts. I'm trading 250k top step accounts. And I screen recorded my trade this morning. I have not been trading after 9:30. The way that my work schedule is built, I'm usually sleeping around that time since they changed my schedule to overnight. And yeah, man, honestly, this 7 a.m. to like 8:30, 9 a.m. window is pretty clean. It's actually pretty clean. I've been watching it for a little while. So luckily today we started off on a good foot. And yeah, man, let's get into the review.
Touch Monday, and I'll touch yours. You and those little high-waisted shoes. 'Cause it's too cold. And now, so let me hold your hands in
Alright, y'all. So now we on the MacBook. I know this looks a little messy. Bear with me. We about to clean this up real quick. And now, matter of fact, we just gonna go bar replay. So this is around 5 o'clock. 1 second. So the whole time I'm at work, I'm watching this because I'm thinking that this is about to happen during London session. We push higher into this fair value gap and then come snag up some form of liquidity on the lower end. I didn't think it would come this low. I know that if it did, it will most likely not happen until 9:30. So what I was looking at, we're gonna remove these standard deviations right quick. What I was looking at was a 5-minute fair value gap. Let's go ahead and go full screen with that. Okay, boom. So this is around the time where I got in. We're gonna go ahead and make this a little bigger. Cool. So this is around the time where I got in. I'm gonna go to the 1 minute. What made me get in this trade off of the bat was we're in a 5-minute fair value gap. These 2 lines right here represent a unicorn level. This unicorn level, I believe, was on a 15-minute. 1 second, let me see. Was it on the 15? 1 hour maybe? Hold on. This is what I get for not recording this video earlier when I was actually traded. This level right here. The reason why this level stuck out to me so much, because it's a higher time frame than the 1 minute. It's 5 minute, which is 5 minutes kind of weak. If you ask me, I like to see these type of levels on the 15-minute or the 1 hour. But we trade back to this fair value gap, this SIBI right here. We balance it, right? Then we create a breaker right here, followed by another fair value gap, BISI. We tap into the breaker, back into this inversion fair value gap, into this fair value gap, and we create a BPR. This is essentially a unicorn level. I'm sure everybody knows what a unicorn level is by now. But you see we tap back into it as well. Once we displace below this level, we're going to expect it. We're going to expect to use it as resistance. The same way that once we displaced above this level, we were expecting to use this as support. I did not trade Friday, but that would have been something that I was looking at. This is a little disrespectful to me. I like to see more respect like this right here, even like this right here. I would have wanted to see this gravitate into this right here, because essentially what I want to be seeing is that price uses this level algorithmically. It functions as a support and a resistance level, and we have clean respect and clean respect even after price disrespects it. So yes, this was a 5-minute SIBI that we traded back into very quickly. So really, we're looking at this. On top of this unicorn level right here. And so you see the respect that we have right here. What at this point, what I'm looking at is to see if since we're trading here, where is the next level that we could possibly trade down into? The obvious range for me, this was the range that we were trading in. This is the buy side. And this is the sell side. Why those levels? Because if we jump down to a lower time frame, even down to a 1 minute, if you can't tell why these levels, then I don't know what to tell you. There is nothing but sell side being engineered here, followed by fair value gaps that have not been traded back to yet. This one has been traded back to yet. However, I still wouldn't classify this down here as a BPR. I still wouldn't classify it as one. We got the 1 hour fair value gap as well. So I was expecting price to maybe possibly trade down into this 1 hour fair value gap. So let's just jump down into the 1 minute and see what happens. At this point, what I'm going to be looking for is SMT. And I want to see SMT on a 1 minute or higher time frame, and then on a sub 1 minute chart, because that extra SMT on, let's say, a 15-second or a 30-second chart will give me the entry confirmation that I need in order to get in. At that point, I'm simply looking for my entry pattern. I'm already looking for my entry pattern as it is, because I'm anticipating the 1 minute SMT and then the 15-second or the 30-second SMT on top of it. Once we see that, then price just it just goes, because at that point the high shouldn't be violated, especially if we have two SMTs stacked up on top of each other. So at first, this is ES right here on the this is ES right here on the lower end of this chart. If you don't know how to do this, you just simply go to this plus sign right here and you add ES onto your chart. It'll pop up as a line chart. You double click it or right click it, whatever you need to do on your computer, and then you change the line chart to candles. And this will follow you everywhere that you go, so you don't have to switch back and forth in between charts. So boom, we have this SMT, and then I want you guys to pay attention. At this point in time, I have Trading View pulled up and Top Step X pulled up. On the 15-second chart, we have SMT here. Now, I just showed you guys how I used the unicorn. This to me was a valid level to take the sell, and I do believe that this is exactly where I entered into the sell this morning. It was somewhere around this area before we got this displacement. I'm going to leave this here, and matter of fact, we'll just pretend sell one contract, and I believe we just dropped right off of the cliff after that. At this point, I'm looking at the 1 minute. I just clicked 11 minute like a dummy. And I'm targeting these lows and these lows. Once we get to this low, I'm looking right here and I'm seeing this fair value gap right here. We're just going to go ahead and let it rock out. But this is a level for concern for me. I marked out a few different levels of concern. Another one would be around right here on a sub-second chart. This is a unicorn level. We displace through it. Tap back into this fair value gap here. That could have been another entry for you guys. Would have put your stop up here or wherever. Me personally, I wouldn't have taken that. because I wouldn't have felt like my stop was in a safe enough position. At this point, this low is the easiest target for me. Now, had we took out this low on ES and didn't take it out on NQ, it would have been a concern for me, because I would have been looking at this fair value gap possibly turning into an inversion fair value gap and us using that to go higher. So we just let it rock out. We keep playing it. We take this low here and we create SMT here. So this is something that I'm also watching as this plays out, but then we just dump right past it. However, we still do have SMT. At this point, what I'm paying attention to is this fair value gap here, as well as this one. But this one primarily. This one is a good one too. This is a good area for price to stop as well. Now, I want to show y'all something that I didn't see until it was almost too late. What I did not see was this volume imbalance here. If y'all can't see that, let me zoom in. I know my charts is probably a little hard for you to look at because there's so many of them up. It's just gotten easy for me to see. These are all the same charts, just on different time frame, and this one down here is just ES. It's actually pretty simple. I most of the time don't even pay attention to the ones on the right. This is a volume imbalance here. And if you go back and you watch my little trade mixtape or whatever you want to call it, I marked that up as we were reacting off of it. So we did take this low. I took partials here. We're just gonna let it rock out. Okay, so once we got the right here, what I'm thinking is that we could possibly accumulate, and then once 9:30 comes around, we sweep these lows, tap into this 1 hour fair value gap, and then price just goes on about its way. I personally didn't care. I wasn't going to be trading for the rest of the day anyways. But once we started doing this, it was a little bit concerning for me because we did have SMT. Not only did we have SMT with these lows. Okay, never mind. We only had SMT right here. Mind you, I'm pretty much looking at one chart. I can only see SMT on my trading view chart, but if you go back and watch the video, I'm most of the time on my Top Step account watching this. More SMT here. But I don't really mind SMT too much because being that NQ is taking these lows and ES is not, it's showing that NQ is still a little bit more heavy. NQ is going to be dragging ES down until NQ does what it needs to do. So we come here, we tap into this. We honestly don't even tap into it. We sit on it, on this volume imbalance. At this point in time, I still did not see this volume imbalance, and I'm eagerly believing that we're just accumulating for some sort of manipulation to come into place. Around this time, I did see it. We finally tap into it, and we also have SMT right here at these highs. This is something to pay attention to. I'm going to drop into a lower time frame to show you guys. This SMT here basically told me, I believe we had double SMT. Yeah, more than one SMT. It was SMT all right here. All of this told me that price should not be rising higher than about right here. And so if you watch the video, my stop was about right here. I'm thinking my target is literally, 3 points away from this volume imbalance. We may just sink through it. It may be minuscule. Price may just brush right past it. Especially when we do this. We literally come about 2 points to my take profit. I didn't really mind. I didn't really care. But we're still sitting inside of this volume imbalance. We did not disrespect it. And then we displace up. Once we displace up, and we also have this SMT here, I believe I set my stop to around right here. I set my stop at one of these short-term highs right here. Thinking that, this SMT should hold intact until we sweep this liquidity. However, on hindsight, what I am noticing is that we did create relative equal lows on top of this volume imbalance. To me, it still would make sense to come down and sweep this low, tap into this 1 hour fair value gap, 5-minute fair value gap, 15-minute fair value gap, all of that, sweep this low, and then go on about your way. You know what I'm saying? So much buy side liquidity is being engineered, but that's just not how it went. I went and got stopped out, and then for the rest of the day, I'm just gonna close this. For the rest of the day, price just ran up. And when 9:30 did come, what I thought would happen did not happen at all. What actually happened is I got stopped out, price manipulated all over the place. This just looks disgusting. And you know what? Let's just jump to a 5-minute chart. This looks disgusting. This was, if you ask me, this was the best move. And pretty much, price just goes on about his way. It got a jetpack aiming for buy side. This was an easy target, whoever was in this trade, and I'm assuming, I have not looked at the chart since earlier. I'm assuming that we are going to go ahead and take these highs right here. Yeah, they're relatively equal. And yeah, man, that's pretty much it. So I'm going to show y'all my top step accounts so that y'all can hold me accountable. I don't really need y'all to hold me accountable. I'm not going to lie. It's pretty easy for me to kind of just walk away now. But we did end the day with about 1,000. 33% of the account passed. Let me go ahead and no, gang. I did
Order
not
filled.
I did not mean it. I did not mean to do that, y'all. It is what it is. $2. Oh shit, I'm glad I did.
Order filled.
That's tough. That's tough. Almost got cooked. Well, we ended the day still about the same. You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow we'll be trading New York session, maybe even trading a little bit earlier, around the same time that I traded yesterday, because this 8 o'clock to like 9 o'clock time frame, 7:30 to 9 o'clock time frame, this to me was pretty damn clean. Like, this was relatively easy to sit through. If I would have lost this trade, I wouldn't have even been mad. I wouldn't have felt anything. And so, you know what? Let's jump back onto the camera so I can talk to y'all about something. This may sound counterproductive to y'all, but listen to me very closely. One of the good reasons that I had to go learn a new skill to base around this was so that I stopped putting so much pressure into trading. That has been one of the biggest realizations that I've had. I have more than one thing to work on. I'm not just focused on the charts all the time. It's just like, I do the charts and then I got a lot more work to do, honestly, on a lot more difficult things now. And I take, I find happiness in that. You know what I'm saying? And I find a lot more peace on the charts. The best thing that you can do is kind of just stop caring. Stop applying so much pressure on yourself. As humans, we naturally take the least resistive path, the path with the least resistance. One of the least resistive paths to anything in life is to walk away. Have you ever heard anybody say it's easy to walk away? We create a paradox for ourselves when we get on these charts because we act like it's so hard to walk away. When I had this problem, and if somebody told me this, I would be like, it is fucking hard to walk away. That's because you're making it hard and you're honestly overthinking it, and you got so much pressure on yourself that you need to alleviate some of that. I'm okay with trading taking time. That's why I'm now starting a series. I'm going to trade this account every single day with y'all till I get my fundage back. Y'all are going to see me get a payout. Y'all are going to see all of these things, and I want to set a realistic time frame because I've been delusional for so long. Delusional that it'll happen overnight. Delusional that once I get my funded, I can get a payout. Bro, I might get funded this week. The goal is to get funded this week or next week and just lose it again. I could just go on a losing streak again. Who is there to foretell my future with this? And so you need to take a little bit of pressure off of you, because I can guarantee once you take a little bit of that pressure off, it'll be a lot easier to foretell your future. Oh, he don't really care about trading too much, but he's pretty damn good at technical analysis. He's good at walking away. Okay, he has the attributes to be a good trader. Okay, tell me your habits. I'll tell you your future. I know you guys have heard that before. And so, yeah, man, I will most likely be back tomorrow with another video like this. I hope that y'all enjoyed it. It is actually a lot more formal than I'm used to. But we're gonna get them in between videos for sure. I'm just adapting to this new schedule that I got. My body my sleep schedule is not regulated yet. Everything is just out of whack. So bear with me. I got y'all. I did not give up on y'all. And like I always say, tighten up. I didn't even give y'all my intro. What's good with y'all boys? Your boy ZC Trades, man. And I'm out of here. Peace.